Hey YouTube, welcome to episode 4 of Kyle's Garage. In this episode it's going to be another tutorial. This one is going to be how to plug a tire with a hole in it, as well as change the wheel and tire on your car. So if you don't know how to plug a tire, you'll learn how to do that here. And if you don't know how to change the wheel and tire on your car, you learn to do that as well. So let's just jump straight into it. Here's the wheel and tire in question. It is indeed flat. It's breathing because of this massive hole right here. And I'll get a little closer look on it so you can see it. There's the pretty big sized hole right there. But lucky for us, it's in the repairable zone right here in the tread between where my thumbs would be. Once you start getting on this rounded edge here, that's called the shoulder, and that is not safe to repair there. The tire does flex quite a bit in that area. Same with the sidewall. If you get a hole in the sidewall, it's over. You got to get a new tire. So this is savable, so I'm going to show you guys today how to plug that. All right, over here at the bench, I just wanted to show you guys what the plug kit looks like. This is a T-handle plug kit. It comes with a little, comes with two T-handles, one of them to apply the plug and the other one to basically file out the hole. It's called a rasp. So let's give that an open and kind of... Does anybody else have difficulties with these things? Because I can never get stuff like this open. I just brute strength it. Get out of here. Give me that. All right, and I'm going to show you guys how to use these tools, these plugs, to fix that tire. Before we get started on here, I always like to apply one of the plugs into this thing. It's quite literally the most difficult part of this job. Well, second most difficult, hopefully. All right, these things are really sticky. Peel that apart. Get you one out of there. You're just gonna needle in the thread it right there kind of thing. Or whatever they call it. Thread in the needle? Oh man, I'm pushing real hard. You can actually get like a little bit of needle nose pliers or something on that to help you out, but we got it with our fingers. Okay. Now the key to doing this is to make sure there's plenty of air in the tire. It will make it a lot easier because as you're trying to push that plug in, the tire is too soft and it'll be quite difficult to get the plug in. You want it to be nice and rigid. So this is probably gonna be loud. I'm gonna put as much air as I can in. Meanwhile, there is a hole in the tire. You might have to fill this up a couple different times, and I'll show you why. Kind of putting my thumb over the hole, which is working, seems to be. All right, the tire feels pretty hard. So now you take your rasp. Well, I didn't even need the rasp because the hole is so big. Leave that in there. Now you're gonna grab the plug. Do this kind of quick. You're gonna have to put a lot of pressure down on it. Just like that. Pull it out. It's sealed up. Cool. Now we can go ahead and clip off this excess or just leave it. It's totally up to you, but if you want a nice clean job, grab yourself a pair of these side cuts. Stuff's pretty tough. Okay, that should do it. Let's put some air in it and check it. It went down a lot. All right, there's really only one thing left to do, and that's put the patch tire back on. So before I even jack the car up, I like to take and loosen these up. I'm not taking them all the way off. I'm literally just getting them loose enough. And on my car, I'm using a special lock nut, if you will. It takes a special splined socket. If you've been in the car game long enough, you already know what that is. So now that I got that, let's jack the car up. And lucky for me, my car's got a hitch on it, so I'm gonna jack up right there. And I just hand tighten those all until they bottomed out, pretty much. You might take this just for a good measure, just to, I'm not gonna tighten these just yet. I'm gonna let the car down so there'll be weight on the car so I can get a really good torque on it. Okay, that's just snugged up. That it was not torqued. So I'm gonna let the car back down. Now, if you don't have one of these, that's okay. This is called a torque wrench. I like to use them, well, for one, I have one, so I'm gonna use it. You can do this with a breaker bar. When you're doing lug studs, you do want them tight, but not so tight to where you're practically jumping on them, you know. Not that tight, but I'm gonna torque these down. And that's about the most accurate way you can do it is with one of these, but like I said, you don't need to go crazy with it. As you can see, I wasn't really trying all that hard. And yeah, just like that, that's how you patch a tire. All right, I hope that episode cleared up a few questions that you might have with either plugging a tire or changing a wheel and tire on your car. If you have any questions, put it in the comments below. I will respond to you. Also, one more thing. Some people find tire plugs to be dangerous. I've never had an issue doing a tire plug as long as it's installed properly. I'm gonna leave that video right there at that. There is some bonus content that I'm gonna go out on today. It's gonna be just a time lapse of me changing the oil on the Forester. So I'm gonna let the video play out. You guys take care. We'll see you next time.